What is up, ladies? Do you guys like the intro? You like the intro. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the My Crypto Journey live stream. And this is how we're looking this morning. Actually, let me pull it up. This is how we're looking this morning. So obviously, we got some bad PPI data. I'll talk about more what that means this morning. And then we also had Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, whatever, just clarify that they will not be buying Bitcoin. They talked about how they have a bunch confiscated. We already knew that, but the whole, reason for one of the main things Donald Trump ran on was having a strategic Bitcoin reserve, but we need a way to buy Bitcoin, right? What are we going to keep seizing it? Doesn't make any sense. But welcome back to the stream, guys. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you like being here. And if you're watching over on X, make sure to like, repost, all that good stuff. What's up? Good morning. How we doing? And I did see in the chat that Jayhawk was actually first today. What's up, Jay? How we doing? Javi, good morning, good morning. What's going on? Sacco Hunt, here comes the dump. Da-na-na-na. Yeah, terrible morning, right? Yes, Pepe guy, like the intro. Let's go. I'm glad you guys like it. And we're poor. Yes, and we're poor. Brandon White, how we doing? Good morning, good morning. Yes, we're poor again, guys. Unfortunately, we are poor again. Sometimes it'd be like that. They don't think it'd be like that, but sometimes it do. There's not a ton of news in the crypto space. But obviously, this is a huge piece of news. Now, I figured that, and this may have been this could be market manipulation, really, right? But this could be just a good little pullback, right? Because we thought that once Ethereum got close to its all-time high or hit an all-time high, that we'd see a lot of people selling and those sorts of things. But obviously, bad news comes out, people sell, longs get liquidated, and it's kind of like a negative feedback loop. But we did see Bitcoin and other cryptos bounce, though. So that's the silver lining here, right? But obviously, ton of red stuff in the space. GM Crypto Black, GM, and let's get you linked up with McAfee's former CEO. What's with me? I don't know. DM me on X. We'll talk about that a little later. But yeah, Glenn says I bought some Pepe this morning. Yeah, it's actually a good time to buy some dips, right? Glenn says this is normal, people. Haven't y'all been paying attention? Yeah, I agree, right? So this was an interesting piece of news this morning. So Satoshi Nakamoto is now richer than Bill Gates with a net worth of over $133 billion. Now, here's the thing. Do you guys think that out of nowhere, we'll see Satoshi Nakamoto kind of, become public, make himself known? What do you guys think? I don't think so. Right? A lot of people think the CIA created Bitcoin, which is an interesting theory, right? So Bill Gates, sorry, buddy. Satoshi Nakamoto's got you beat. Don, good morning, says Akron, Ohio here. Mr. Miggles, please. Shout out to the Mr. Miggles Army, of course, a base meme. How is that project doing? I actually don't know. But yeah, Javi makes a good point. Red bubbles create opportunities, right? That's what it's about. When the market dumps, you got to get greedy, right? Remember that fear and greed index, thing we saw yesterday? Even though I don't think it's changed yet at all. Maybe it needs some time to update, but this is the fear and greed index. It was at 68 yesterday. So it should be maybe in the middle. I mean, the market's still looking good, right? Let's not get it twisted, right? Bitcoin's still at $118,000. Ethereum's still at $4,600. And we did see that Bitcoin hit an all-time high of about 126,000 yesterday, something like that. Right around those numbers. So that's actually a huge deal. Let me see if X, I think X is being weird again. No, it's good. We're good. Yeah. So, and a good opportunity to, load up on your favorite cryptos. What's up, Sacco? Yes, please like the stream. Hodl Yo says, I bought the dip SPX 69,000 dip at 30x leverage. 30x leverage is crazy. 130% up now. Wish me luck. Well, good luck. Am I in WikiCat? No, I am not in WikiCat. I am not. But good morning, Triple J. How we doing? All right. Let's go over the crypto market. So obviously, lots of red bubbles today. We do have some winners still. Cardano's still up weird. HTX or Huobi up. Caspa. Or excuse me, not Caspa. KuCoin Exchange. Radium, Arrow, right? But it's because they pumped so hard yesterday. So I think they'll probably come down. Maybe. We'll see. Right? We usually have some sort of like significant market movement during the stream. What's up, Alexandra? Good morning. Yes, I'm having a great day. So far, so good. I've been playing Dark Souls. I woke up early. I've been waking up at 3:30 every day because I don't know. I just like to get up that early. And I hang out for a bit, look at the news, and then I hit an F45 class today. Fucking dead. It's my second one. I'm dead. I'm fucking absolutely dead. You know, got a good workout in. Ran a couple errands. Played some Elden Ring. I'm fucking absolutely hooked. It's good that I'm hooked to a video game because it's keeping me out of trouble. Well, let me not get into that. Let me get to that a little later. All right. So what's going down? So we did see, I want to go over some of the good news that we had yesterday because that was important. So BNB hit a new all-time high of $868. Remember, BNB ICO'd around 17 cents, I believe, in 2007, or 15 cents in 2017. Can you imagine scooping up BNB for 15 cents? That's absolutely crazy. We saw Bitcoin hit an all-time high yesterday. And then we saw a lot of ETF action, right? We saw a bunch of ETFs, a volume going into some of these ETFs. And, you know, there was one day where Ethereum actually beat Bitcoin. Now we got the PPI data today. So actual was 3.7%. Estimated was 2.9%. That is bad, right? That is bad. Absolutely bad, right? So higher than expectations, right? So this is the news article. So July PPI surged 0.9%. month over month and 3.3% year over year, both well above forecasts, reducing expectations for near-term Fed rate cuts, which they saying reduce the expectations, but it's still, there's still a high likelihood, right, that they cut interest rates. Bitcoin and Ether quickly tumbled, leading crypto markets sharply lower in the wake of the data. So inflation concerns were reignited during U.S. morning hours Thursday today, sending risk assets, crypto among them, sharply lower. Right when and thank you so much for the repost. I do appreciate you, Neko. I mean, if you guys repost, let me know. I'll give you a shout out. The July producer price index, or PPI, rose 0.9%, blowing past estimates for 0.2% and 0 in June. On a year-over-year basis, PPI was higher by 3.3% versus forecasts for 2.5 and June's 2.4. So core PPI, which excludes food and energy, which those are the numbers we got, right, also surged by 0.9% in July, far exceeding the 0.2 expectations in June. Core CPI data year over year, 3.7 against 2.9 expected and 2.6 in June. Right. So fresh labor market data provided no relief, with initial job claims for the week ending of August 9th at 224,000, slightly below at 228,000 expected, and continuing claims holding at 1.95 million. Now, I was watching a video, and thank you so much for the repos, Tolly Trencher and Kryptonic. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to the Scully team. I was watching this little documentary on what's that YouTube channel called? Fuck, I forgot the name. But it talks about how, like, a lot of people are graduating with degrees and it's almost impossible for some of these people to find a job. I think if you don't have like a specialized job, it's going to be tough for you to find work in this economy, right? Or just in general. There's so many jobs, I think it's just the degrees, in my opinion. There's so many degrees that just don't make sense for anything, really. You know, I mean, there's always pass forward for people like that, but it's usually like in something that, like retail, right, that you didn't go to school and specialize for. Because some managerial positions at some companies just require you to have a 4-year degree. But as time goes on, the value of a 4-year degree is just not there. And what we're seeing is that, like I said, you need like a specialized job, like a doctor or a therapist or something like that, where you're an expert in the field. It can't be like something general, right? So very interesting. And a lot of my friends are just people who are like entrepreneurs and whatnot. The people that I know are doing the best that I've ever met are always entrepreneurs. Right? I guess that makes sense, but very interesting. It's very interesting. So check this out. So the still tight labor market combined with strong PPI readings reinforce the view that the Fed may keep interest rates elevated for longer to tame inflation. But check this out. So the previous 100% chance for a September rate cut slipped to 96%. Okay, that's actually not that bad. So probably still going to get a rate cut. Now this could be market. We'll check this out. So why is SPX dipping? Because the rest of the market's dipping. Okay. So over $1 billion worth of crypto longs and shorts liquidated in the past 24 hours, right? And then we can see a visual representation of this right here. So $100 billion wiped out. So this, to me, could be market manipulation. Probably not. I don't know what's manipulation and what's not anymore, but check this out. So these are, pretty much words from Scott Bessent. So check this out.
You're talking about a number way above 750 billion. What's the story on gold?
We've got this large gold holding. I doubt we're going to revalue it, but we are going to keep it there, again, as a store of value for the American people. We've also started, to get into the 21st century, a Bitcoin strategic reserve. We're not going to be buying that, but we are going to use confiscated assets and continue to build that up. We're going to stop selling that. I believe that Bitcoin reserve at today's prices is somewhere between 15 and 20 billion.
So very interesting. So one of the things that Trump ran on was, making a strategic Bitcoin reserve, but we need a way for the U.S. government to buy it. Now they said they're not going to sell it, which is nice. Shout out to the German government selling their Bitcoin at 50K per Bitcoin. Huge L. But we need a way to buy it. So it's nice to know that they're not going to sell it, but we also need a way to buy it. It's actually cool that he brought it up without her asking. And a lot of people saw this as market manipulation. Maybe him saying those things would, push the market down, but I don't think so. I think he's just being factual, but it's a long kind of fucking, it's a long way from what we had with the last administration, right? So very interesting. Next piece of news, Gemini launches self-custodial smart wallet per CoinDesk. So if you use Gemini, you're going to have a self-custodial smart wallet. So very interesting. Probably going to be one of those wallets where the gas is paid for and whatnot. Tom Lee says ETH reaching 7,500 by year end 2025. And so check this out. So Tom Lee, the guy who said that ETH is at its 120x stage, which I think a lot of people assumed that he was saying the ETH was going to 120x this cycle. I think he means like in general. Throughout time, because that happened, 8 years ago with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin was on $1,000, right? But he says that it could reach $7,500 by a year end and $25,000 by 2028, which, $7,500 by year end is kind of what a lot of us have been thinking, right? He said it would validate it as arguably one of the biggest macro trades over the next decade. He thinks Standard Chartered year-end forecast for ETH might be low. So a lot of people predicting ETH to be low. He's predicting it. This is the same guy who did 120x. He's been in the news lately because everybody likes to see a bull in the news, right? It gives us some hopium. And for the news, now there's not a ton of news, guys. There's like not that much. I've been looking over the internet all morning. There's a few, pieces on that I saw on Cointelegraph. I mean, they put an article that says this: lost your crypto password or seed phrase. Here's what actually works in 2025. Now, if you're a crypto person, this is fucking, easy. But pretty much, what I guess I can go over the article since there's not a ton of news today. But pretty much what this article is if you have a MetaMask account or a Phantom wallet account and you lose your password. There could be ways to recover it, but if you lose your seed phrase, you can't recover it pretty much, right? And obviously, if you have your seed phrases, it doesn't matter if you lose your password. You can literally import it to any wallet that you could trade that coin on. I've done it a million times where I just want to switch wallets or maybe you switch computers or something like that. The important thing is to have your 12-word seed phrase. Try to memorize it. If you have multiple wallets, that's impossible. Write them down. Those sorts of things, Brandon White says, if you roof houses, you failed at everything else. If you roof houses, you fail. What do you mean? I'm 12 minutes late. Welcome. One life, no regrets. Good morning. Good morning. How we doing? Neko says the PPI will be used as an excuse and Powell will lose his job. Yeah, true. It's kind of a weird thing, right? Because, keeping, interest rates a little higher is supposed to help with inflation, but also Jerome Powell's job is to lower inflation. He's not doing that. So I don't fucking know. It's all very confusing, right? And if you look into the weeds in some of those numbers, and when you hear people talk about it, they say that's not actual inflation. Actual inflation's higher, and you can tell just by a vibe check, right? Because we can read inflation data, but then you can go out and you can just buy a bunch of stuff and feel like it's more expensive. Just going and buying anything. I go to Target every now and then. First of all, the only reason why I shop at Target is because I work there so long and I feel comfortable in the store. Honestly, lately I've been actually Amazoning everything, which is so bad because then I have no excuse to leave the house. For electronics, I try to get my ass in the car and go to Best Buy because you just kind of need to. For electronics, I like to feel it and see it and buy it. But for things like soap and shampoo and everyday things for the house, I just order on Amazon, which is so bad, just so bad. It's like that. It's like from Wall-E, right? When they're just kind of like, you can literally have anything delivered to you if you have the money. You can just sit on your couch, have food delivered, have your groceries delivered, have everything you need delivered. Like you don't need to leave the house, which sometimes I like. Yeah. So we're going to be chatting a lot today, and you guys have any questions, we can just chat about it a little bit. But I'll look for more news as the stream goes on. But it's a pretty chill day today, except for the PPI data. So, Neko says tariff caused PPI to be higher, but if you zoom out, tariffs brought down trade deficits and brought in revenue, and CPI is down as the tariffs are not being passed on. To have the expectation at 0.0 and 0.2 is insanely stupid. Okay, so they pretty much gave us a target, so if they missed it so bad, then it would look bad on the administration, right? Why the fuck would you leave the house? Yeah, exactly. Rodney, what are you driving? I have a Tesla. Inflation and shrinkflation is real. You getting less of a product. Exactly. It's so slight you won't recognize it, and paying a bit more in price. It's so slick. Yeah, I mean, just look at McDonald's, right? I don't eat a lot of McDonald's, but I see a lot of people will make comparisons of how big the burgers are compared to how they used to be and how much more expensive they are. I mean, it's always interesting, just watching commercials from the 90s. Sometimes I'll be in a weird mood and I'll go on YouTube and just watch a bunch of commercials from the 90s. And just looking at the serving sizes and stuff, it really man, makes you think, right? Makes you wonder. I mean, there's a lot of things that are cheaper now, like personal computers and stuff like that. I was watching a documentary about Steve Jobs and how much they used to charge for PCs. It's just nuts, right? Obviously, as more things are mass produced and there's more competition, usually the price will go down. But there's some things, man, that obviously food and goods, things you need, are just ridiculous, right? Jayhawk says, why the fuck would you leave the house? Jayhawk, I don't know if you see me online on PlayStation, but I'm literally playing Elden Ring all day. Oh, it's such a good game. Oh, I haven't played a good game like this. Hollow Knight was good, Zelda is good, but this is good. This is good. I don't know, man. Good. I'm chilling. Wake up, exercise, get the stream going, Try to eat healthy. That's been my struggle lately. Honestly, eating healthy has been my struggle, bro. It's so hard to eat healthy. There's so much good food. You know what I mean? All right, see if we got any more crypto news. I'm going to scour the internet, see what we got going on. But if Cointelegraph is making articles about how to recover your seed phrase, it's a fucking dead day. This was interesting. So check this out. I thought this was interesting. So Zach XBT, right? Obviously our favorite on-chain sleuth. So Zach XBT unveils leaked data exposing North Korean IT workers operating 31 fake identities, linked to 680K hack of a fan token marketplace. So if you guys don't know, the North Korean government pretty much makes its money just by, they have so many sanctions, they have to do illegal shit. And one of their big revenue streams is hacks, right? They're the ones who, I think it was Bitmart. It was Bitfinex. There's so many fucking bits. Can we not do Bybit, excuse me. It was $1.4 billion in ETH or some shit like that. Yeah, so I guess you got the information on a lot of these guys. And a lot of these guys are interesting, right? Some of these North Korean hackers will they'll apply for jobs online, pretending to be somebody else and get into a company and put malware in there. It's actually crazy. Jayhawk says, I'm super stoked that you in a happy space. This is the real Rodney. Dude, I'm so pumped. I know a lot of people think video games are a waste of time, but I don't think so. I think that if you're having fun playing a video game, man, and you're doing some cool shit in there, and that's what you like, because it gives me so much joy. I don't know. And it's because I used to play video games a lot back in the day when I was early 20s, teenage, but I stopped. And then I played Hollow Knight recently, and I've been playing Elden Ring, and man, I'm just fucking balls deep in it. And it's so difficult too, which I like. The news is it's time to buy. Yeah, it's probably time to buy, right? It's time to get greedy, right? Load up on your favorite projects. We all know that we're going to finish the year off strong, right? They don't have to do illegal things. They choose to isolate themselves to control their people. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's if you watch an average North Korean documentary, it's they're all indoctrinated, and a lot of them look scared as fuck, and they're trained from an early age that the United States is the ultimate enemy and stuff like that. It's just really bad. It's so crazy. It's crazy how one man could indoctrinate an entire population like that, which I think a lot of them don't, but that's why a lot of them defect, right? How much XPS do I need? However many you can afford. Gaming's actually grown people shit when you have your inner peace and don't need the outside crap. Is PPI a concern now? Looks like market doesn't really care. Yeah, we saw a nice little bounce back, Jumbo Pop. You know, Jumbo Pup. We had a very, very good explanation from Neko. He says the PPI will be used as an excuse and Powell will lose his job. He also said tariffs caused PPI to be higher, but if you zoom out, tariffs brought down trade deficits and brought in revenue, and CPI is down as the tariffs are not being passed on. To have the expectation of 0.0 and 0.2 is insanely stupid. So we saw the interest rate cuts probability go from 100% down to 90, I think it was 94%. So it's probably fine, you know. Captain B&B is my favorite B&B emerging cult here. What's up, Zynox? Shout out to the Captain B&B community. Get your Telegram in here, man. Get him in here. Yeah, you know, the thing is, like, you just zoom out, look at the big picture, guys. We're going up. We're going way up. Okay, we're gonna pump. It's gonna go to Valhalla. You know, hopefully a lot of lives are changed during this bull run. Hopefully you get what you want. Whether that's generational wealth, I don't know, whatever you want, new car, I don't fucking care. Whatever it is, it's your reason, and I'm sure it's a good reason. And if people don't think it's a good reason, well, fuck them. It's your reason, you know? You know what I mean? But we might go down a little bit more, but we figured, especially for Ethereum, that if it got close to an all-time high, we see a nice little blow off top and then a nice little bounce and go crazy. Just because a lot of people, you know, those are like, you know, when you have specific price points and like even like memes, like small cap memes, like a milestone could be like $1 million or a $10 million market cap. You usually see like a nice little dump and then a nice little pump sometimes. Sometimes they dump for good, but for good projects, they hit some milestones or something that people are waiting for, and then people will sell. You know, a lot of people are getting liquidated. It's part of the game, I guess, if you're into that sort of thing. But Jack says, I just want to live in your neighborhood, bro. To be honest, I don't really like where I live that much. It's just kind of posh, and it's not really me, you know. But it is nice. It's a nice apartment, but it's kind of posh. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of posh. Like, you know, everybody's like fancy all the time. Like everybody has to be fancy all the time. You know, why do we got to be fancy all the time? You know, like I go in my parking garage and it's just like supercars and shit, which is cool. Whatever floats your boat. It's just, you know, I'm kind of a hood rat. You know what I mean? Like I feel if I'm going out of the house, I gotta like dress nice and shit. You know, like oh fuck, I better fucking brush my beard. You know, you know what I'm saying? It's cool though. It looks worse than it is if you look price and read the news tea leaves, you are unfazed. Yeah, exactly. If you're in the now, like if you're paying attention to the news every single day, it's not a big deal. Like who fucking cares, right? Frankie Finance says CT in the house. Is Ponky dead? I don't think Ponky's dead, but they could use a nice price pump. But you're totally right. Neko, dude, Neko's tapped in, bro. Stays Lit says, I'm going to watch this live while I smoke a blunt. Well, you are staying lit. So the Ape Life says, they really just saved all the bearish news for the same day. Enjoy the show. I mean, there's a couple things, you know. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent just said something we knew. They didn't say they're not looking to buy any. They said right now they're not. That's what I got from it. You know, they're not looking to buy any Bitcoin. Because it's like, are we going to keep just confiscating it? Like, that's not a surefire way to keep adding Bitcoin to a reserve, because, you know, China's close behind when it comes to the total amount of Bitcoin owned. Kayla says the Cali ghetto in you wants to be slumped, but you earned it. Embrace it. Yeah, I just feel like it's not my people sometimes, you know? They're not my people. Like I'm a regular guy, you know? Just a guy. I'm gonna grab his in. I'll be back. Yeah. I'm just the guy. It's like even like the girls I date. Like I don't like fancy ass chicks, you know? I don't like that shit. You know? I just don't. They're all the same too. Hive mind personality, you know. Pepe, what's up, baby? Pepe in the house. Little ghetto's nice, you know. I like it. You know, little ghetto's nice. Neko, he says, everyone suffers from some imposter syndrome, especially why they come from nothing and make it. Just do you, bro. It's not imposter syndrome. It's just like you want to be around your people, you know? Like, I don't feel like I don't deserve anything. I definitely feel deserving. But, you know, just a different vibe. Like, I catch myself, like, thinking, like, man, do I need this? I need to do this. I need to do this. I'm like, no, I don't need to do any of that. Like, I'm like, damn, should I get a nice ass car? You know? Like, I don't really want one. I mean, I do, but I don't. Ranga Apes Club. But you know what I want to do? I want to play Elden Ring all day. You know? Eat a healthy meal on my new big ass TV. I'll say one thing as a guy, nothing's better than a new TV, you know? Nothing's better than, I had the same TV for like 4 years. I was fucking putting some miles in that bitch, and I was like, you know what? Let me get a new TV. 83-inch OLED, guys. The fucking sickest, top of the line. You know, on the PS5 with some Elden Ring, that shit is crazy. It's crazy. I gotta start streaming again, you know? I gotta start streaming again. Video games, but then I have to bring my setup. I don't want to do it on here. I want to do it in the living room. I could, but that was just a lot. Maybe at least for 1 year just to see. A little ghetto is nice, along with a sense of humor. No, Ratchet's different. Ratchet's different. Not ghetto as in like that ghetto. I'm ghetto as in like, you know, trailer trash a little bit. 83-inch OLED is a flex. Oh boy, it's a flex. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll flex that all day. I don't give a fuck about no goddamn car, baby. Look at my TV. Dude, with the Elden Ring is so nice too. I'm just like, so I have a 6 setup. So I'm like, I have like big ass TV. I have my couch, right? I'm just laying on my couch with some pillows stacked, feet up in the air. Just fucking, you know what I mean? It's sick. My friend's still laughing at me because yo duck ass want to send him that vid. Dude, that was funny. Jayhawk and I were playing Arc Ascension, and I had a good POV of like some enemy killing him in the game. I know the stream's kind of like boring, guys. There's no more crypto news. I'm gonna include the crypto bubbles up so you guys think I'm talking about crypto, but just waiting on GTA 6. I never want to play Grand Theft Auto again. No, I will. I'm actually up to sign my lease again very soon. I think I'm going to do another year here, but to be honest, shit, I might make like a banana split, you know. Guys, look how excited it is to let me, this motherfucker. This is Rodney. We wanted the last 15 minutes of every show. Wait. Look how excited he is. Let this motherfucker know this the Rodney we want. Can you stop typing in Ebonics, you motherfucker? Just kidding. You need a PC setup to run Elden Ring nicely. No. The PS5 Pro with the 83-inch OLED is banging, my dog. It's sick. It's sick. Split from Tampa or just another building? I actually don't like Tampa summer. It's fucking stupid here. It's retarded. I actually don't like it. It's so hot and so humid. It makes no fucking sense. I can do one. I can't do both. I'm from fucking San Diego, okay? I can't do fucking both. You know, one or the other. 90 degrees and no humidity. Or just humidity and like 70 or something. I woke up about 5 a.m. Well, I started walking to the F45 class at like 4:45 a.m., right? You know, and it's hot. At 4:45 a.m., it's fucking hot. Well, how hot was it at 4:45? Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm going to stay here. I ain't going to be happy about it. It was 80 degrees. 80 degrees at 4 a.m. What the fuck? I think we'll have 150K Bitcoin before GTA 6. I think so too, because GTA 6 is supposed to be coming out in May or something like that. What's up, PMP JCD? Should I buy the dip now or wait for later? I'm a fucking guy on the internet. Would I buy the dip now? Yes. I don't fucking know. What do you think, Glock J? I think you should. I'm like, I can't tell you what to do, because if it doesn't work out, then you're going to come here and be like, man, fuck that guy who told me to buy the dip, Yes, smash the like, subscribe if you are new, share the stream. Thank you so much. After I just dropped the F-bomb, thank you so much, Alexander. I appreciate everybody tapping in today. Welcome, welcome. We cover the news a lot. If you guys want to come for the full, the full news, just go back to the beginning of the stream. But yeah, it just feels like the market's gonna rip. You feel it in your loins, But timing the bottom's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. The very bottom's almost impossible. You can get close though. Yeah, the weather, but the West Coast never gets like that crazy shit over there. Yeah, no, we have like hurricanes and thunderstorms. What I don't like too is like it'll be like 80 degrees outside and like or 90 degrees and like pouring, raining, and thunderstorm. Like that doesn't make any sense. But I'm not from the East Coast. When you want to buy the dip, just buy a little bit so so you can ease your emotions a bit. Yeah. So just dollar. What's up, Pygos? Just dollar cost average in. That's the best way to do it. But the thing is, like, the market may start ripping and then you miss a good entry. You just never know. Reminds me of when I visited Phoenix. I stepped outside at 10 p.m. and my socks and the heat from the ground burned my feet. Oh yeah, I did. I had a layover in Phoenix about a year and 2 years, 3 years ago. Was that 3 years ago? 3 years ago. Oh fuck, I'm getting old. Oh shit. You know what's crazy? When you get older, it seems like the years are faster because 1 year is a smaller portion of your life, so you perceive it faster. So that is true that the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Shout out to Smash Mouth. Manu is still in the green. Yeah, let's check out some meme coins right now. Let's see how Manu. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Meme season does come after alts. It ends way after alts. Manu is up 5% on the day. Crypto Flare says, good day, legend. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for all that you do. Crypto Flare, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate you. That's some real homie shit. You are not old. I am older than you, bro. It's old is a state of mind. So yeah, I'm pretty old. Yeah, I know what you mean. This is the first year where I felt like I'm an old man. I'm an old guy. You don't feel that way, but then you feel that way. Like I'm an older guy is what I can say. An older guy, like 35. When I was like 25 or like 20, like 35, I'm like, oh, he's an older guy. Not saying old by any means. Say older guy, more mature. Okay. Meme season is almost every day this cycle. Yeah, meme season, it depends where you look too. There's always bangers, but you got to be in the trenches, Law, true that if you can catch them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to make sure you're in the trenches. You got to be like, I know Kayla's in the trenches. Like, you got to be in the trenches. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nor do I want to be in the trenches. Not yet, at least. Is it good to stake ETH and Solana or nah? When you're staking something, I think, though, if you're going to stake something, stake big guys like that, because you usually get some sort of modest APR, and, you don't have to worry about them fucking absolutely, shitting into the ground. But if you're staking some random meme coin or some random altcoin that has like no time in the space, then I would suggest not doing that. Start to worry when you get gray hair on your nuts. No gray hair on my nuts yet, but I get a few occasional gray nose hairs, and then here I get a couple gray ones just pop out randomly. Meme season is almost every day this cycle. Okay, I read that already. Is today Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday already. Jesus Christ. This week flew by, right? Am I tripping? This week flew by. Unk Rodney, yeah, I don't mind being called Unk, to be honest. I actually like Unk. Unks are cool, Little creepy, but cool. Frankie Finances, look at the bright side. We dipped quickly and 17,800 and filled the latest CME gap, quick and painless. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go, Frankie. How much should I stake? Like 100% or like 50%? What's the best percentage of stake? Glock J, I don't fucking know. What's your situation, my guy? I don't fucking know. Do you need the money? Are you looking long-term, or you trying to make a quick buck? A person that's thinking long-term doesn't ask those questions. Sorry, I sound like a dick, but you just got to like whatever works for you, man. Whatever. Are you going to feel comfortable staking 100%? Because keep in mind, when you stake something, like the point is to leave it in there so you can actually accrue, some sort of interest, So just, do you need it all? Pepe says, I'm not going to lie, I slept on Ethereum. How can you be a Pepe guy but sleep on Ethereum? Senor Roca says, I'm in my mid-40s with 5 grandkids. I feel old. Oh, yeah, you got 5 grandkids? God damn. Glock J says, I'm thinking long-term. I'm pretty new to crypto. Yeah, Glock J, I would say the best way, the people that I've seen win the most in this space, if they're not like meme coin traders in the trenches all day, every day, is slowly investing over time. And if you're thinking long-term, and what thinking long-term does is it takes the day-to-day stress off of you, because no matter, you could check your crypto, but if you're obsessing over the price, you're going to drive yourself crazy. Haley says it takes forever to unstake on MetaMask, so go for places like Aave or Lido with the same APR. Glock Day, this is for you. $10 donation now if Rodney can fit a bandana around my forehead. Okay, I don't have a bandana, but I use token locks, mid-40s with grandkids. Wait a minute. Yeah, you must have had kids early. Now that could happen, right? Because that could happen. Like one of your kids must have had kids young, and you must have had your kids young. I've seen that. I've seen that. Where I'm from, people don't usually plan to have kids, and that's how it works out sometimes. That's how it just kind of buffs out that way. That'll buff right out of there, huh? I need to get another haircut. We got to get trimmed up, boys. Wait a minute. Let me see. What else do we have here? I'm staking on Coinbase Exchange right now. Is that bad? Should I stake on Coinbase? Well, a lot of people are going to tell you not to stake on Coinbase Exchange because it's an exchange. You should take your crypto off of exchanges. But I do think that Coinbase is going to be fine. It's a publicly traded company. In my opinion, it's the most trusted exchange. It's got to be, like they operate in the United States. They always have. Brian Armstrong's the GOAT. But people are going to tell you to take. I just think for a new person, it's just too much. And if you stake it on the Coinbase wallet, like a lot of people, will lose their seed phrases and shit. But nothing like a fresh cut with a beard lineup. What's up, Mike Literis? How you doing? Have you tried Coinbase social app yet? I didn't know that a social app. No, I didn't know that. Glock, what is your time horizon to stake? He says long term. Shit, how much you staking, Glock J? Damn, boy, you got a bag or what? Glock J says he's new to crypto, but this motherfucker has a Bitcoin logo as his fucking PFP, which is hilarious. Motherfucker, hey, that's good. That's cool. He's like, I'm new to crypto. Did we run Vanessa away yesterday? We might have. We're kind of weird here. Nah, she's probably maybe she's watching, but I do appreciate all my new members. The coinable DEX thing. Can you explain that? Coinable DEX thing. What is that? Let me look for that. Coinable DEX thing? What is a coinable DEX? I'm interested. Hold on. Oh, Coinbase DEX thing? Is it a DEX where you can find anything once you have the contract? Huh? Oh, Coinbase DEX? Wait, what? The Coinbase DEX thing? Can you explain? Oh, you mean that Coinbase is going to be integrating a decentralized exchange into their app? So I think with just base memes though, right? Or base tokens, sorry. So all base tokens, you'll be able to trade them and store them on the Coinbase exchange, I believe. Oh, yeah. I made a Brett one. Yeah. They're doing that. Yeah, so it's like a Coinbase listing is kind of like a Coinbase listing. So, it's like, Coinbase can be hacked, but if you are staking it, it can't be transferred out. My sister lost our 2 Bitcoin by connecting to an airport. Ooh, fuck. Wow, lost 2 Bitcoin. Damn, I didn't know that. Base only. That's what I think, Neko. I actually don't know, but that's what I think. That's what I've heard. So, fuck that. Yeah, but it's gonna be nice for people, right? And there's going to be a ton of like base memes launching now. So like, hey, you can buy it on Coinbase, tradable on Coinbase. So it's going to be a nice little branding thing until it gets old and no one's going to care. Senor Roca says, damn, hate when this happens. Just saw a fine ass chick from the back. Looks like Freddie Jackson from the front. What? Senor Okay. All right. Oh boy, I need new glasses. They're getting old. Oh, I might need a nap, boys. Oh, I might need to take a little nap. Let me see. We call those butterfaces. Senor Rocco, that's what you call a butterface. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, Neko, I think that it's gonna be cool for base memes, and it's gonna be cool for the and I think what it will do is like there's gonna be a lot of people that if there's only just base memes available on the Coinbase app, they're gonna like see like, well, where can I get like BNB memes or Solana memes or Ethereum memes? So it's gonna be big. I wonder like what protocol they're gonna use for that. Why you read the new people shit in perfect English? Hey man, why you read new people shit in perfect man English, but read the OG peeps and Ebonics? What's up, Jayhawk? Oh shit, it's because you type in Ebonics. Because I know your little black. I can feel your black fingers typing on the keyboard. You know. I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, maybe ETH too. ETH too. They're like, oh well, what's another decentralized exchange? Oh, let me use Uniswap. It could be like a gateway kind of thing. My comment shows before yours, Kayla. Lol, bitch. I'm fucking with you, Jayhawk. I can feel your big, black, strong fingers from turning those wrenches all day, typing on the keyboard. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's how you know there's nothing going on in the crypto market. We're talking about Jayhawk's black hands. Probably ash. I bet you $1,000 that Jayhawk's hands are so ashy right now. Damn. A California postal worker allegedly stole credit cards, debit cards, and checks to fuel a lavish lifestyle that include luxurious tropical vacations and Rolex watches that she flaunted on social media. Fuck. Can you imagine getting your paycheck stolen by a fucking postal worker? Do you guys agree? This is why dogs are happier. They're dogs, dude. They're dogs. Keyboard fingers are like mechanic fingers. Whatever, not on my screen. Wait, what are we talking about here? Oh, being for CZ or Kayla. Yeah, YouTube comments are a little weird. I was about to send you a pic, right? But I was about to send you a pic, but you right. And then boys ashy. I bet his knuckles are ashy, bro. That's okay. I put a lot of lotion on. Like a lot of girls telling my hands are soft, which I'm like, one, I'm on a computer all day, and two, use a lot of lotion. I always got lotion. I'll never be ashy. I did have some black cousins growing up, so like we're not in touch anymore, but they would always roast me if my knees are ashy. So, CZ's first on my end. He's getting motor oil over his phone right now. Surgeon hands. I guess you could say they're surgeon hands. Do they have to be lotion? We're talking about moisturizing hands, right? Guys, just take us. We're talking about hand moisturizing right now. That's kind of crazy. How boring is it right now? Can we get something crazy? Jeez. Can we get another CNBC article of people getting Asian crypto guys mixed up? What do we got here? The ash doesn't show on white skin. No, it doesn't. It does not. It doesn't show on white skin. That's why a lot of white people don't wear lotion. Look, if I didn't have to, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't. It is kind of zesty putting lotion on every day, but like I have to, bro. Someone will launch a lotion meme coin from this stream. I bet you they will. Freaky ass niggas. Freaky ass motherfucker. All right, what else we got going on? Let's see. This is so funny though. Bitcoin last week, Bitcoin today. That's how people's minds are on the crypto space. I guess we could check out your shit coin. There ain't nothing else to do. XXXSXX. Sure, what is this? Beyond the World? Huh? This is an ad. Sometimes I put ads up here. Wait, why is... I did not put in that. You don't want to be ashy, you don't. White people wrinkle prematurely, though. That is true. The chat will turn on you so fast. That is true. Damn, that's where the many oil deliveries is going to. Diddy's going to be short now. oil. I use lotion. I don't use baby oil. That's some fucking weird shit. If you use baby oil and you're a grown person, you know. Javi, Bitcoin super. Javi's like, can we talk about the news? Bitcoin super cycle? Yeah, I think so. I think the game and the landscape is just so different in the crypto space. It's just different. It's just so different. Man, if you would have went back a few years and told me that this was going to be like what was going on, I would have said, you're fucking crazy. Get out of my house. How'd you get in here? You know, if you'd have warped back to my if I could go back in time to old Rodney, he'd be like, one, why'd you get so fat? And two, what? Pro crypto, strategic crypto reserve? SBF is in jail? Diddy's in jail? Would have blew my mind. Jock says, I'll take the page from Diddy nothing nothing wrong with some consent and lubrication. I'll take that page from Diddy. You don't think Diddy did anything wrong? I mean, he was creepy, but I don't know if it was illegal. I don't know. Didn't he get what happened with that case? Jamal says, I use cocoa butter lotion. Me too, bro. Diddy's still in jail. He is still in jail, but I think it's for something else, which are weird because those are federal charges. You know, how do you beat federal charges? I don't know. Guess when you have money, or you're Jeffrey Epstein. Well, he's dead, but oh no, the probability of rate cuts in September is now 94%. Oh no. Oh no. That article was so stupid. It was like, yeah, it went from 100% to 94. It's like, okay, well, that's still pretty damn good. Still pretty damn good. Cosby Jones, you nasty. Cosby Jones. Timothy Cosby Jones. What are you guys talking about? Corona is $2.50 versus Ethereum. Rodney's younger version. Javi, stop. There were $7 Coronas or $5 Coronas. There was something crazy. I think it was $5. Golly. It's just a beer. Mediocre beer at this. Diddy is lucky Chappelle didn't have his show right now. I know, bro. Remember R. Kelly? I do like one of the Dave Chappelle's comedy skits where he talks about how old is 15 really? Because a lot of those girls that were getting pissed on were like 15 years old. And everybody comes out and like, it's like, oh my God, like 15's too young. But then they sentenced some kids. So they'll sentence some kids to like life in prison for doing some shit. So how old is 15 really? And I don't say that as like banging kids, but I say that as like, you know, he made a good a good like connection. That's a pretty good stand-up. Dave Chappelle has good stand-up. There's always some deep ass meaning in there somewhere, you know. South Park needs to do a Diddy episode. Yeah, they've been really going in on the Trump administration, which I think is hilarious. Jock says, how do you get in trouble for being nasty and letting people you crack for wanting you to crack them? They are all down. Yeah, but if they're 15, they're 15. Oh, you mean Diddy? Yeah, but if you're getting people high and stuff like that, you know. I mean, he is a general creep, right? If you look at the interviews and stuff like that. I just really want to know what's going down. I will say, though, I think that a lot of people do overblow it. Like I watch there's like a lot of like crazy male content out there that's like, never take a girl home. You're going to get convicted of, you're going to get accused of this and this. Is like, if you're not a fucking weirdo, you're not going to get accused of anything, you know? If you're just not weird. You know, there are some guys who are real pushy out there, you know? But I think it's overblown. They all did drugs and all were down. Yeah, it's true. True. Yeah. That is true. They just mad they got caught. There are some freaky ass parties, right? Freak offs. Freak offs is a crazy, kind of cool though. Hope you guys didn't hear that. Now we know they all nasty. I mean, hey man, let your freak flag fly. Cat Williams is so much funnier than Dave Chappelle, hands down. They have a different kind of humor. I think Dave Chappelle is better, but Cat Williams is funny as fuck too. I'm not a huge fan of his delivery so much. I think it's kind of obnoxious sometimes, but same thing. It's like, it's good stuff. Oh my God. Tiffany Fong getting over 100K for her news. What part of the cycle is this? I guess somebody, fan base. We're fan base.com, an on-chain alternative to OnlyFans. He asked Tiffany Fong. We dropped 21.5 ETH in the fan base for you. Claim it by opening a page and posting your exclusive for your fans. Are you in? Oh my God. We have a OnlyFans on the blockchain. They want it Tiffany Fong. You know what? I'd look at them. Why not? You know, it's funny. There's a lot of girls that I grew up with who have OnlyFans now. I remember one in particular I had to see. PRJ says Cat Williams on Theo Von's pod was hilarious. It's so awkward but funny. Can't let it fly, buddy. Looking at Fed time for stuffing motherfuckers who wanted the stuffing. Oh my God. Jayhawk, I think Jayhawk likes the freak offs. Stays Lit says, bro, I'm high as fuck. Stays Lit, what's up? I know you said you were lighting a blunt. Your PFP looks high. Blame it on the alcohol. A lot of people will. A lot of people will be like, I was blackout. Like, how? I've been drunk like shit cans so many times, and I never get blackout where I can't remember anything. If you're like drinking like that, that's some trauma drinking, bro. That's some like I can't stand up. I'm like sloppy. I'm fucking puking. That's what kind of drunk that is. Like blackout is such like a bad excuse I've heard being used so much. People sitting at the Thanksgiving table, you ask for your step cousin to pass the stuffing and go to the feds for getting the stuffing. Oh my God. I don't know how you. I'm ready for the. Oh, wait. No, I'm not ready for the holidays. Damn, that was sad. I'm usually booed up in the holidays, and now I'm not. So now I don't get any good food. Fuck, that's lame. They're going to lock up gay people next, but oh my God. I saw that there was supposed to be some sort of Supreme Court hearing or something about like same-sex marriage, like getting rid of that. That's the dumbest shit ever. Can we just stop? People want to get married to each other. Let them be miserable. Let gay people be miserable too. Who cares? OnlyFans is being unbanked in UA, so keep an eye on that. Wait, what? What do you mean, Neko? Oh, really? UA? What do you mean? Getting unbanked where? United States? I don't think so. Where's Unc Edgar? He loves Mrs. Fong. Come on, Tiffany, do it for the culture. 100K is not enough, though. You got to give that girl a couple million. Do 10 mil. She'll do it. Give her 10 milli. That's why his name is Timothy Cosby Jones. Hey, whatever floats your boat or finds you lost or mold, tickles your fancy, tickles your pit, whatever you're into, man. I'm not going to judge. There is no right way. There's just your way, Unless it involves children, then that's definitely wrong. But, everything else, do your thing. And animals. Do your thing. Whatever floats your boat. I see if the market's recovering at all. No, not really. Actually, looks like it's getting worse. Yeah, market's getting worse. Oh, they are being debanked in the UAE. Wait, that's interesting because I know a lot of people that not from experience, but I've heard a lot of people operate from the UAE. Yeah, because it's like an influencer's paradise in UAE, and a lot of OnlyFans models are. That makes sense because they're kind of like a religious area. Quick comment on Link or Crow. I like them both. I like the upside for Crow. Is there like a coordinated effort with Chainlink to like dunk on XRP right now? Because it seems like a lot of people supporting Chainlink are shitting on XRP. But I like Crow. Can you give a deep dive on ZBCN? What's ZBCN? I'll check it out for you. Oh, ZBCN. Zebek Network. What is this? What kind of layer one? ZBC? Okay, so this is it. Decentralized infrastructure for seamless flow of real world. So another RWA thing. Yeah, so another RWA. I mean, there's a lot. Wow. Yeah, pretty high market cap. Ranked 140. I think we checked this earlier. I mean, it's an RWA thing. It seems like the hot thing this cycle. So RWA AI. Your go-to this cycle. They are desperately trying to find banking to make payouts. Yeah, that does suck. Do crypto, right? No, do banking with crypto. They probably work on the side as a Dubai porta potty. Oh my God! Can you guys? Why is the chat so freaky today? Why is the chat so freaky today? Kayla, I heal with throat therapy. Oh my God. Guys, you guys are gross. What is throat therapy? You guys are nasty. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's why fan base thing might work. Can't stop crypto. Yeah, true. But then you still, I mean, yeah, you're right. Cause you can send it to an exchange and then, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. That's why some of these places should probably consider getting some sort of crypto payment, you know? Kayla says, me too. That's why I'm so toxic right now, having a dry spell. Oh my goodness. Get online, start, get in a dating app, you know, get out there. I honestly have no energy to do any of that stuff right now. The dog's not in me right now. The dog is not in me. But yeah, you know, that's obviously the United States. We're working towards, you know, cracking down on banks debanking people. But on Coinbase, it's so dumb how I can't transfer XRP to Coinbase wallet because I don't think the Coinbase wallet supports XRP on there. You need to get a wallet that supports XRP. Some of the chat probably knows which wallet that is. You need a wallet that has, I don't know if you can get, is it called XRPL or the XRP network and the non-custodial wallet, but yeah, you can only transfer the Coinbase wallet. It depends on network you're on, but they have to be ERC20 tokens. Even like Coinbase used to be wrapped Coinbase. You could be like Bitcoin used to be wrapped Bitcoin. So it's Bitcoin, but on the Ethereum chain. But I think on Coinbase, it's actually Bitcoin. Or you might have the option to send. It's like when you're sending ETH out or, you know, receiving a crypto, you can choose which network you want to get it on. You know, Ledger. Yeah, Ledger. There it is, Ledger. I feel like that's going to confuse in the blockchain. But yeah, Ledger, you know, Ledger's pretty sweet. Supports everything pretty much. Just with some meme coins on Ledger, you can't see it. Is wrapping ETH good to wallet? I mean, you can, but just might as well keep the real thing. It's the same shit, but might as well just keep the real thing. But you know, keeping some of it on the Coinbase exchange isn't bad either. Be careful before you send things. You need to make sure you 100% know what you're doing, because if you send some shit somewhere, you may not get it back, and that's not where you want to be, bud. It's not where you want to be. You got to call Coinbase, and sometimes they can't even send it back to you. It's just a big bitch and a half. It's a 2 bitches 3/4. You know, it's a lot of bitches. It's not good. Not good. May no, you ain't getting that back. Law, you're a chill ass dude. You're like the most chill guy in the crypto game. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You know, I really take the time to chat with you guys. You know, I know we're all talking about banging and P. Diddy and stuff like that and lotion, but that's because that's what you guys are asking in the chat. You know, I'm just trying to make sure you're good. You know, make sure you're good. I've seen so many people get jacked up in this space. They're trying to make a bunch of money all at once and losing everything and then quit the crypto. You know, just want to make sure you win. You know, I care about you. You know. All right, now I'm going to sing to you. All right, everybody ready for a song? All right, who's ready for a song? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to sing. I could sing. I know Jayhawk wants me to sing for sure. Rodney is authentic. That's what makes him great. I appreciate that. What are your thoughts on Pax Gold, Brandon? What is Pax Gold? Is that a crypto thing? What is Pax Gold? That sounds familiar as fuck. What is Pax Gold? It is a crypto thing. Tokenized gold for the digital age. Pax Gold is a digital asset that combines stability of inherent value, physical gold, the flexibility. Okay, so like it tracks with like gold or something like that. Just buy gold. Why don't you just buy regular ass gold? Damn, it's moving. It's almost at $1 billion. So this is Pax Gold. Safest way to own investment grade gold. I don't know what some of these companies like. Really? Secure and regulated. Paxos. Oh, it's Paxos. Yeah, Paxos is great. Okay, Paxos. Okay, Paxos. Yeah, they got in trouble. They had to stop minting BSD not too long ago. But yeah, Paxos is pretty legit. Fuck it. Yeah, do it. Why not? Oh my God. Lol singing now. What's my fave crypto? Ever? Titcoin. I'm just kidding. Cumrocket. That's actually Cummies. That's actually a real crypto, by the way, guys. Favorite? Damn. Meme coin Pepe. Crypto? I don't know. I guess you could say Pepe. You better freaking not. Baby oil Rodney. I don't have any. Yeah, Paxos is a good company, though. How do I know? Trust me, bro. All right, little weirdos. But with that, I'm going to get out of it for the day. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, guys. Very, very chill ass fucking day. Market's dipping, but when in doubt, fucking buy the dip, baby. Do you like Dogecoin? I hate it. Why do you hate Dogecoin? Damn, Dogecoin's fine. It's a meme coin, bro. Dogecoin's great. Dogecoin was created. What the fuck? Dogecoin was created. Why am I talking like that? Dogecoin was created in 2013 as a mockery of Bitcoin, but it's an OG in the space. 2013's young, so I like it. All right, guys. Enjoy where's the intro song? There was no intro, but never mind. I'll see you guys tomorrow, Friday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Love you guys. Bye-bye now.